and they're getting ready to do an amazing thing here in town. Can you introduce yourself and what ministry you're with?
Good morning. I'm Sandra Hogue with One Family.
And what is One Family for those that are listening that say, One Family, what is that?
One Family is a local 501c3 nonprofit organization. And in a nutshell, we connect the child welfare system with the local churches.
And I love that. And so how many churches do we have in the area that are involved now? Because I remember when it was just starting.
I know. I would say, I think we're up to like 28 now.
That's wonderful.
28 churches.
How many churches do we have in the area? Probably like 400?
Oh, yeah. At least.
So we don't even have 10% yet.
No.
So
not even close.
How do we get them involved? Because like, I would think this is like a no-brainer for a church to do. And I know that's because I love foster kids. I love the fact that there's people that adopt. I love to be a wraparound. So I get all that. But why doesn't everybody else get all that?
That's a very good question.
And I bet you have a very good answer.
Well, it is a little bit of it is one of the things that make things difficult sometimes because, like you just said, it's a no-brainer. It is right out of Scripture that we're supposed to defend the fatherless, that we're supposed to stand up for those who can't speak for themselves, that James 1:27 says we're supposed to take care of the orphan and the widow. It's called pure and undefiled religion. So it is a biblical mandate that we are supposed to be doing something along those lines. And so we would love for churches to chat with us, bring us in for a meeting, maybe a phone chat or an in-person chat to talk about what this actually looks like.
It's amazing what it looks like. I mean, I just see how much it's grown over the years. And one of my favorite things that I see when it goes up is when there's a need. I just get so excited when I see the need because you almost hyperventilate and just want to help. No, you know what I'm saying? It's because it pulls up and it says, we need beds or we need a washer or whatever the item is.
Right.
And it's a real need.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an easy need to meet.
It's a real time need. It's like in the moment. In some situations, Shelley, it is so real time and so time sensitive that it's a preventative issue where DCF may have been called for an investigation on a child or children. And it could be something as simple as a washer, and because the kids are wearing the same dirty clothes. It could be it could be as simple as groceries because mom may be sick and had to, wasn't able to go to work for a few days. And so she lost that income. And the prevention part is so key because it's preventing DCF from removing the children.
You're a bridge.
It's a poverty-related situation, and so they don't remove it because there's no abuse. They don't remove the children. And so the church can step in with the love of Jesus and with that real tangible need, and there you go. And then that family's...
Really an easy need.
Oh,
I mean, it sounds weird, but like I'm involved with Junior League, which is diapers and wet ones. And I always talk about that. That's not a hard need to meet.
No.
But you think about it. I remember when I was single and trying to make it all happen, and you're down to 3 diapers, you can't take them to daycare because you only have 3 diapers.
Right.
And you can't take them to daycare because it's like, well, how are we going to do that? How does that look? Because they expect you to have wet ones and diapers or maybe formula or whatever the item is. So I love it that you put it out there and then you allow whosoever basically to help meet that need.
Oh, yeah. Anybody in the community can see the need. It's all online. It's all available. The information about the family is kept confidential, and only the church that's helping will actually get that information.
Right.
But that's the beauty of this one part of what we do, is that it allows the churches to respond immediately and directly with that family.
And what is that one part called?
And that's called Care Portal. That's the online tool.
And I love that online tool.
Yeah,
I have actually met a need or two before, and it is so special when you get to meet the need. It
really is. I've been on many of the calls to the families, and I've actually been able to go alongside some of the churches to bring items, and there's nothing like it. There really isn't. I mean, these parents are so amazed that the local church is stepping up and that they are not asking for anything in return, because they'll literally ask, what do I need to give you for this?
Right. No,
and we're telling them we're here in the name of the Lord because we love Jesus and we have this to give you, and there's nothing that we're expecting in return.
You might be the only Jesus these people see.
It's true.
I mean, I always say that.
It's
I say,
true.
I might be the only Jesus with my wet ones or whatever
It's
the
true.
item is.
Yes.
And even though to me it seems like no big deal, it's life changing.
It's a big deal. It actually brings stability to families because, I mean, imagine you're in a crisis of being a single parent like you were with multiple children, and say a child can't go to daycare because they're sick, so mom can't go to work. That one day off or those few days off can make a drastic difference in the amount of diapers or formula or food that she's able to provide for her children. And it can set her in crisis mode. And so something as simple as that could bring her back to stability.
Also.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you got to make that decision. Okay, I need fuel for the car, but I know you should never not let your child eat when I say that out loud. But, sometimes it's like, well, if I can get to work the next day, then I can get a check so that I can get food. I mean, it's just a constant, So how would people...
It relieves that stress from families, absolutely.
How would you tell people that are listening, maybe they're at a church and they haven't heard about it, or maybe the church is listening and they haven't heard about it? How can we get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. They can just go on our website, One Family, that's spelled out, O-N-E, family, FL as in Florida.com. And there's a get involved button, and there's a tab right there at Care Portal, and they can enroll right there. They're not signing their lives away. So if they enroll and they decide maybe this isn't something they want to do, that's fine. But it just gets the ball rolling, because that's when I'll contact them to do an orientation. And that orientation is just that. It orients them to the Care Portal tool, the online platform, how to use it, how it serves the community, how it's an outreach opportunity for their church, how they can reach these families, not just for these one-time needs, but how they can continue this ongoing relationship with the families that they serve, because then they can call them back later at a time where they're inviting them back to like a walk through Bethlehem or a play or a mom's group or a Thanksgiving dinner or a food giveaway, and just continue to maintain that relationship.
And sometimes there's foster parents in your church and you don't even know it. Sometimes,
that's absolutely true.
They don't wear like shirts that say, and so a lot of these churches, especially bigger churches, I think the smaller ones, a little bit more about people, but as you get in a church that's bigger, I don't think that, and I'm not cutting down churches, but things get noticed as much.
That's true.
And so some of these bigger churches in our area, if you have not gotten enrolled or you have not had this conversation, this would be a great opportunity for you to get in the conversation. Now,
absolutely.
You have a gala coming up, or gala, however you want to pronounce it.
We do.
Now, is that night for people also that might want to know more?
Absolutely. This year specifically, we're calling it a celebration dinner. It has a little bit of a different feel to it than we've had in the past. In the past, we've really focused on fundraising. Although we still might, pitch that and give people opportunity. That's really about all the ways that we serve the community through the local churches, through partnerships, and really just highlighting every area that we, how we serve. We do have a special guest, and we will have some music, and we'll have a photo booth, and it's going to be fun, but it is only a couple of hours. We're not keeping people there for a long time. We just really want to get the message about who we are, what we've already done in the community, how we've served, how we've partnered with businesses and agencies and churches to do the work of the Lord in this area. Yeah.
Because I think that we've all know about different things and all that, but I think that people don't realize the hands and the feet that we are in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I know people always say to me, well, you're always going here, you're always going there. Because I want people to know that WAPN, yes, we're a radio station, but I'm going to be at that food drive, or I'm going to be at this thing, because it's important to see that it takes a body, it takes a village,
that is
it takes so many partners to pull off stuff.
Because listen, there's like 18,000 children in foster care in Florida. There's 400,000 in the U.S. Not one denomination, not one Christian entity, one agency could ever meet the needs.
Oh, no way.
Of the crisis that these families are facing. Not just the kids who are already in foster care, but the families that are at risk because of the lack of stability and possibly losing their children. There's so much that goes on in this field, and I call it an untapped people group, this mission field that a lot of churches aren't aware of. And so
Right.
one of the things that we do is bring that awareness,
Education
but
is
not
so
just
important.
educating them, which is amazing and important, but also giving them tools to actually do something in the area of foster care. So we're not just trying to say, hey, everybody should be involved. You should be doing James 127. It's our
Right,
mandate.
that's not your banner. You don't have this banner flying that this is what. How do
This
you
is
do
the
something?
how-to, absolutely, because
it can
we
be a
want to be
jar of
practical.
peanut butter. It can be pajamas. It can be socks. It
Yeah.
can be shoes. There's so
Yeah.
many things. See, I like the part that you just and I've known you forever, that you've talked about today. How you really hit with me is that the prevention.
Oh yeah.
See, I think that we all think, and I'll be included, that it's just one and done. You know what I'm saying? Like that they just arrive and it's automatic. They're taken. There is a chance that there could be help, isn't there?
Absolutely. The Department of Children and Families is kind of known as the group of people, this governmental entity that just wants to take kids out of
Like
homes.
I said,
and that's
one and done idea.
that there's a lot to do with prevention and preservation of family. That's really huge.
Mm-hmm.
They will do what they need to do to keep kids with their parents. They've done the research and they've seen that children do best with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that. We all know people that have grown up in abusive families, but they'll still say, I love my family, right?
Yep.
No matter how hard our childhoods have been. So we want to keep kids and families as often as possible. If there is abuse, if there are bruises, if there's sexual abuse, I'm not saying that
Right.
for those kids. I'm talking about kids who are
Maybe
in
don't have a
poverty
bed to- right,
situations.
don't
They
have a
need
bed.
they need a bed. They need groceries. They need couches to sit on.
They need shoes that fit.
They need shoes that fit. They need uniforms for their school.
And those are such easy things.
Just
I mean,
basic needs.
I know that every year you always like kind of have us adopt people too. I know you do the gift card thing every year to
Yeah.
help with the children. Are you doing that this year?
We are. And that's specifically for the relative care and non-relative care group of individuals who get that phone call and say, oh, we're removing these children from your daughter, from your son, from your neighbor. Or even from your classroom for teachers and daycare workers, would you be willing to open your door, your home? And that's a big one because these families were not anticipating that, and they say yes to help avoid the children going into care, and they don't have the resources, and so we really focus on them at Christmas.
I love that.
Because there's a lot of resource for the families who are already licensed foster
Right.
parents.
Now, I'm a
not so much
wraparound,
the
so I get that.
grandparents.
Well,
Hey,
you know,
listen,
we
I'm a
don't have-
grandma now, and if I just got that
Life
call
has changed,
overnight,
hasn't it?
if I got the call overnight to take in my grandchildren, I would say yes,
Yes.
100%. But it would be hard on us financially.
And not only that, you don't have a car seat in your car. You don't have a crib laying
I
around.
won't-
You don't have a
right.
stroller. You don't have a bottle. Whatever that
Right.
item
And it
looks
would be
like.
awesome if a church stepped alongside me and said, hey, we will help provide these basic needs so that we can say yes with you.
Yeah. No, I've been a wraparound
Yeah.
for years, and
Yeah.
I'm the underwear, PJ,
Oh my
peanut butter
gosh.
kind of girl.
We need more people like that.
Well,
yeah.
Because I'm so funny about underwear. People always laugh at me, but my mother-in-law was the most amazing woman. She's in heaven now. But, when I met my husband, I was a single mom with 2 daughters. And yes, I always provided for my daughters. They would be first. But like my underwear and stuff, I don't know how old it was, and she would always make sure and get me new underwear. And it's so funny because all these years later, I think about that quality. That was important to her, that I felt special, And so I've always bought underwear for things. And it's kind of like my tagline. And I think about that. My
Yeah.
friends that have been foster parents, when the children come in the middle of the night, and it's always the middle of the night. I don't know why it's always 10, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Because that's when the parties are happening
guess-
and the
is that
drugs
right?
and
Okay.
a lot of times, yes, there's a domestic violence situation.
Okay.
Dad came home drunk. A lot of times that's
right,
the
so
case.
it's the late night hours,
Yeah.
and it's so not funny, but they usually come not well dressed in a black bag. And my friends have all wanted to take their clothes off and put them new clothes on because first of all, to give them a security, first of all, to clean them up and to show them that they're going to be loved and appreciated and hugged on and all that. But if you've got somebody, you don't know what size they're going to be. So it's great if you can have size 2, 4, 6, 8. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's always been my thing.
Right.
But y'all can have that thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody
and not
can
only
be that thing.
It doesn't even have to be the new underwear and diapers and stuff. It could even be things you have in your home that you're not using anymore.
Right.
It could be that twin bed in your guest bedroom that you don't need anymore, or you're going to upgrade for your own family. And so if the items are still in good condition, get on Care Portal and see what family near you might need it.
And like for me, I have my granddaughters. I saw this yesterday. Still have a bin at my house. Now they've outgrown that bin of clothes, but they're decent, like brand new clothes. I need to give them away.
Yeah.
And so whoever's going to get them is going to get like new clothes. We all have that if we're grandparents. We all have something in our house that the grandchild had when they were 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever, and they've outgrown it, or that toy isn't need, that bicycle isn't in need. And we could be a blessing.
Absolutely.
So I think you should come to the gala. First of all, I'm trying to figure out still if I can figure it out. I have a commitment out of town, but I was trying to think if I could get back in time. Because education, I know that's a weird thing to call it, but we as individuals don't realize the resources we have. We just don't realize the resources we have
can all
right
do
in
something.
our home.
Absolutely.
I could walk in my home right now and figure out 3 meals I could give away. Complete meals.
Oh, yeah.
And, or I could walk in my house and figure out I've got a package of wet ones I could give away or whatever. And so I love it that you're going to explain to us and show us what you do in the community, because we just think of you as you're going to go to a church and explain how the church can join. But it's way more than that.
Oh, yeah.
And so
we have several things that we're going to share.
Right.
We're also inviting all of the agencies we work with.
Ooh.
And so Community Partnership for Children, Neighbor to Family. We're hoping we'll have someone there from the Department of Children and Families. We're going to have 3 crisis pregnancy centers there because we also work with them.
Okay.
We have somebody coming from the governor's office to speak to us. So it's going to be a really good night of just learning how even the fact that we have been blessed with a governor that wants the church to be on the front lines,
right,
that we get to be first responders, and that he finds value in the body of Christ to be that. And so this is an honor and a blessing for us as believers. We're in a really critical window of opportunity where we have an open door to go to the homes of at-risk, vulnerable families, foster families, relative caregivers, and say, here's the thing that you wanted, but would you also let me pray with you? Can I invite you to my church? Would you come to my mom's group with me? I have a seat saved for you on Sunday. Whatever it is, we have kids' church for your kids. We have youth ministry, and
you have
really,
resources.
Really, this is an outreach opportunity, and this is just one thing that we get to do as one family. One way that we get to help resource churches and train churches.
And what a great time of year to do it, because everybody this time of year, we all do a grateful thing, and we all do, pick a group to give to or whatever. Yeah. And so this is a great opportunity. Now, is it a ticketed event? So how do we get our tickets?
It is. It's $25 a plate, Shelley. I don't know if you can even get that anywhere, even in a restaurant, but definitely not at a fundraising event. But we wanted to make it so available because we want everyone to be there. We're also praying that all 28 of our churches will be there.
Oh,
that's somebody from their churches. So we're pushing that as well. They can go online under events, onefamilyfl.com, under events, and that they can get right on there. I believe that at this point, because we're so close to the event, December 7th, that if they just go to onefamilyfl.com, it'll just actually show up on the front page at this point. It's also on our Facebook page and our Instagram page. And they just click on it, get their tickets. And
now, where's it at?
Invite a friend. We're using the building on LPGA Salvation Army.
They're such great
people
on
LPGA.
There. Great facility.
Yes.
I love them. And so what time is it and what's the date?
December 7th, which is a Sunday, and it'll be at 5:30 p.m.
Okay.
We're going to finish promptly at 8 p.m. The 5:30 to 6 is really for our silent auction time and our photo op time. We have a photo booth business coming to do that part for us. And shout out to Rosado Photo Booth for giving of their services for us that night. And then at 6 o'clock promptly, we start dinner, and the rest of it will be just people talking, sharing testimony, and then our guest speaker.
Well, the last one I went to, the food was really good, and it happened to be at the same place.
Yes.
Now, that night we dressed up, pretty, or how are we dressing for this event?
Semi-formal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it when
still
people
dressed
put a little
up.
effort to it, don't you?
It's a fun night to make it a date night.
Right.
Invite your spouse, invite a friend, invite some people from your church, especially if you're from a church and you are not already a part of one family. Bring someone from your church, an elder, maybe a pastor, someone on staff, to come hear about it. This could be your orientation.
Right. No,
come
I like
hear
that.
about it and see if it's something you want to partner with us. And we want as many churches involved so that we can make a difference for the kingdom of God. And this is just an opportunity for you to learn about how to do that.
Do you still need stuff for your silent auction? I know that last time I got some great silent auction stuff. So
Yeah, we've always had some amazing things.
You have.
We have something that's pretty big that
I
hasn't
want
been
it so
100%
bad.
confirmed yet, but
I know what it is, and I'm jonesing over here, just so you know.
once I know that it's in my possession,
I know,
because
I
it's
would say
coming
the
from
same.
Nashville, Tennessee,
Yep.
hint, hint. Then we're gonna announce that.
Right, but it has to be in your possession. I get it.
We would love to have anybody who wants to give anything. We will take jewelry, makeup, purses, gift certificates, anything of value that we can make a little money off of for our ministry would be so
And how do we
appreciated.
get a hold of you to give you that?
They can still go on our website and
Say that
find
again?
us there, onefamilyfl.com. That's spelled out, onefamilyfl.com.
And you still have tickets available?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
we have
it's gonna
plenty
be-
of tickets. It's a very large venue, so
Are you doing it in the gym part this time? Or
I think we're going to be in the gym this time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
That is
we
a large area.
outgrew the other area last time.
Yeah,
and
it
so
was
just
bumper
to
to
be
bumper,
safe.
so you're moving into the gym?
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll give us time for the photo booth. It'll give us a really large space for the stage and all of the auction items. So.
I wasn't sure because I know that they do the Make-A-Wish or whatever, not Make-A-Wish. They do the Christmas.
like a Toys for Tots type thing.
Yeah, I go there every year and volunteer. So I was like, I wonder if that is being transformed
I think
yet.
we're going to miss that because I think that's later in the month.
Okay, because I was like, how are they going to do it all
December
there?
7th is early enough, so we got in.
Well,
We
it's so
got in.
great having you here. And again, if you do not have tickets yet, you want more information, you just want to hear about it, I encourage you to come out that night. Tell us again where and when we get tickets and how we do it.
Online, onefamilyfl.com, and tickets are $25. The venue is the Salvation Army on LPGA Boulevard in Daytona Beach.
And that's Sunday night.
Sunday, December 7th at 5:30 p.m., semi-formal. And I hope that everybody who can be there will be there.
And I encourage you, if you're going to come, bring that gift card that she can have ahead of time for the families that she blesses.
That would be awesome.
Because I know
That'd
you
be
do.
Awesome.
What amount
we
are you doing
give?
this year?
We're trying to give a $75 gift card to every child in the home of every caregiver that said yes to a child. And what's a beautiful part about this that I really love is that we do it anonymously to the family so that they can purchase the items for the children. So the children don't know that a church or organization donated
And that is
that.
perfectly
It
fine.
gives the grandparents that dignity and the fun and honor of purchasing the items that are specific to what they want to get for their child. And so I love that part
That's
because
my
I'm a
favorite
grandma
part.
and
Actually,
I
that's my
understand
favorite part.
that's it would be different if someone showed up at my door and my child was there and they said, here's some gift cards for your grandchildren, versus I get to have it anonymously and I get to go buy something that I can say is from me if I wasn't able to afford it. And grandparents really appreciate that. I've heard a lot of feedback. And so I love that part. There's nothing
My
wrong
favorite
with
part, too.
any of the ways that anybody else does it. Because I
God
get
gives
it.
us each an idea.
Yes.
And he gives us each an
but
idea.
this is just something the Lord put on our heart. And this is our 4th year providing gift cards to the families. So
No, I know about
we're
all
so
this, and I
thankful.
think it's so neat because I do love the anonymous missing and giving the parents or the grandparents or the aunts or the whoever it is the chance to go out and get that. Because, if you believe in the whole Christmas thing or you don't believe in the whole Christmas thing, these kids go to school, most of them. And you do get asked at school, what'd you get for Christmas? I mean, you just do. It's a question.
Yeah.
Or you come back to school with that new outfit on or those new sneakers or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think that's very, very special.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today.